Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'll be sharing with you a short story about how I lost my dad. So it all started 3 years ago when I was in my fourth year in the university. He had a blockage in his bladder, and the doctors suggested a surgery, and that was the best we could do that time, so he went for it. So he went to a public hospital in Bondo. I remember so well because it was near the university that I was in. And then the doctors operated on him. So after that, he ended up like he bled a lot. I used to visit him often, and after that, it took a lot of time to heal. And the doctors said that the surgery went on wrong, so he needed to go for the second surgery. It went on for a few days, and then he went back to the hospital for the second surgery. And since then things are not normal. He ended up having incontinence, and yeah, my mom would take care of him. My mom was sick too at some point, but she couldn't go to the hospital, like leave dad alone. She took her time to take care of dad. Like she gave it her all. She was always there for him. Because it's hard to find someone to take care of someone with incontinence in Kenya. So she was always there for him, and my dad was someone who would spend the last coin in his pocket to take care of his family. And during those days, he was in the hospital. He stayed for a good number of days, and he was in and out of the hospital for like 3 times. He was bleeding, like I saw him bleed a lot, and he was in pain. I could see pain in his eyes, though he wasn't the kind to talk about, him being in pain. He liked keeping things to himself, which to me wasn't, good, but I understand he was a man. So that's like he was bleeding and in pain. So he had a problem with his blood pressure too, and in his last days, I remember my sister was telling me this because that time I wasn't at home. So my sister told me that his blood pressure went high, and he was having problems with breathing. He couldn't breathe, and it it was hard for him. It was hard for my family. My mom that time was at the rural settings, a home, like hometown. So medical system over there, the healthcare system wasn't that good enough. But she was already there, so she was trying to deal with the situation where she was. So his last hours, he was having problems with he was having breathing difficulties. His blood pressure also went high, and so it took my mom 4 hours to get an ambulance. That's where the main problem was. Imagine someone with breathing difficulties. Someone can't breathe well, but you can't get medical attention because it was far. So she eventually got an ambulance, but after 4 hours, so it was so hard. Like when they got to the hospital, it was so hard. Like my dad was already in his worst state. They put oxygen on him, but he didn't make it. He didn't come out of that hospital. The doctor told my mom that, the way they always say, we tried our best, but unfortunately, he passed away. But you know, I believe, it happened, yes, and to me, I believe it's something that shouldn't have happened in the first place. The first surgery shouldn't have gone wrong. The second thing, taking 4 hours to get to the hospital, that wasn't good. So, but it's something that has already happened. I've accepted it, and there are other issues too. It's not just about the medical and health. Is a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna mention, but I can say the heavens get an angel, and I can say that dad joined grandpa to, watch over us from heaven. So, yeah, it happened. It is what it is. That time I was actually preparing for an exam, but yeah, I couldn't, I had already registered for an exam, so it was so hard on me. And what was more hard, what I found it tough, because that time I really needed like emotional support. I needed those people close to me to support me emotionally. I wasn't, you can't just be there and cry. I wasn't crying, but I just needed emotional support. So what I learned is that you should never like expect anything, not from people close to you, not from people you love, because when you need them, when you want something from them, not just like financially, you might not get what you really want. So it's better not to have expectation. That way you'll be good. So yeah, I lost someone important to me. It happened, and I'm okay now. So I just wanted to share my story. That's how it happened. He left 5 daughters. I think, yeah, we have Susan, Priscilla, Grace, me, Patro. Yeah. And a son. I've got just one brother. So we lost a hero. Someone who was always there for us. But yeah, I thank God for everything. We're supposed to thank God for both the good and the bad things. So I thank God for everything. And I'm happy that the battle took place. We sent him off in the best way we could. So I'm happy for that. I know he's happy. He went happy, and yeah, that's my story. Thanks for watching. I just wanted to share with you guys, get to know me, a little bit about me. And if you have your mom or your dad is still there, please give them the best you can give them, because you never know the time. So that's also something that I learned. I don't regret anything, but right now, if my mom asks me, my mom is still there. I've got my grandma. So right now, I try as much as I can to communicate to them, to talk to them, to hear from them, to get to know their needs, what they want to know, just so I can I can do what I can do, because I realize, at some point, you'd want to do something for your parents or someone you love, but they're no longer there. So if you still have your mom, your dad, your siblings, your loved ones, give them your best, give them what you can. Thank you. And thanks to all who supported me that time.